This is about an ad campaign that ran in certain boroughs of London that was mounted on vehicles. This is called Go Home. Go home, illegal immigrants. Go home all those who came in to rob our houses, benefits and jobs. Go home terrorists, fundamentalists and extremists. And of course, you know we only mean this to the criminals. Never mind the subliminal, thin end of the wedge, echoes of Enoch. Just make sure you got your papers ready when we knock. Because it's go home, love thy neighbour, and welcome in fear of the other. My South African grandmother had to carry a card that classified her by race, and I thought I lived in a more enlightened time and place. But this climate of suspicion and division got me calling that into question. See, I was under the impression people were innocent until proven guilty, not innocent until suspected not from round here. So take a look around here, and you could be surprised, because there might be a few more people going home than you first might have realised. And it's not just the ones who flip your burgers, starving hospitals and sweep your streets. You can save the royal family a couple of seats, and I'm all for freedom of speech, and you might find yourself lost for words, and I really don't blame you, but you've got no one to complain to, because the English language is getting on the plane too, along with 7% of the armed forces. And of course it's worth a mention there'll be no exemption for all those of Caribbean descent who rushed to this country's defence to help put an end to the Führer's world tour, but come the end of the war found they weren't quite so welcome anymore. And if you're a fan of sport, well it's worse than you might have thought, because we're going to have to deport half the Premier League, and of course we need to revise Britain's record in athletics once we take edit out all the names of those who weren't born here. So you can go home too, Mo Farah, though I fear your bag might be way over the airline weight limit with all that stash of gold you keep in it. So now you can go home, Britain's first ever winner of Tour de France, and go home, Britain's second ever winner of Tour de France. We can't take a chance, we have to make haste and make space for the Australians, Americans and all the other expats to fit in, because half the white world is going to be coming back home to Britain. So go home, anyone who came here to escape problems this country helped to create, places they invaded, engaged in unfair trading, colonised or otherwise destabilised. Go home, gay people to Malawi, Jamaica, Uganda, filled with anger and hatred, instigated by Christians on missions of cultural genocide. And go home to all the places that stayed dirt poor in order to provide this place with all the things it needs to stay filthy rich. Go home and stitch my clothes, dig up the minerals for my mobile phone, and all the other shit that keeps my lifestyle enabled. You can even grow my food, just don't ever try to sit at my table. So go home and squabble with your neighbour, stay at each other's throats, and we might denounce it if they'll win a couple votes, but as long as you're getting slayed, we're getting paid because we sell guns to you both. And go home, my favourite ever foreigner to get on a boat or a plane and go by the name of Mary Jane. And go home, anyone who can't see what's oh so plain, that people risk life and limb just to get into the place where you live. Maybe you live better than most, and if you're tired of being host, perhaps you'd rather be the guest. And may I suggest that the person or persons most deserving of being sent home is me, you, because since we're not having this conversation in East Africa, I'm afraid that makes us immigrants too. Thank you. Thank you guys.